Well, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to another week with Fathers Who Care. It's been a pleasure, as always, to come to you each week with individuals and discussions and concerns that we think are very important for these times. And this evening will be just about the same. I mean, we are honored this evening to bring in some of our special guests, I would like to say. None other than our own congressman, which I don't know of another congressman who is more outspoken, who's more accessible, who's more caring, who's more compassionate, and who's always got a heart for the people. And so we treasure our congressman in our district because we know what he brings to us, and not only that he's always doing the his due diligence to make sure that we are empowering the least of them. And of course, on our far right over there, I know there's some young lady who's just hanging around at the studio that we're bringing her. But anyone that knows Deborah knows that Deborah is also one of our treasures and jewels in the community, and we're going to talk specifically about a few things, but one of the things we're going to bring her in to talk about is the 100 West Side Women. And I know we got an event coming up. The Congressman got an event coming up. We got Deborah got an event coming up, I think it's on April the 12th.
Yes.
Where we're going to acknowledge women, which she's been doing faithfully for about 7 years now.
6 years.
Yeah, she's been pushing it on, and so the women are committed and struggling to make sure that they stay the course. And then, of course, the congressman need no introduction because he's forever doing work. I had to ask him today, the congressman, where you get all that energy from? So I had to touch him like this here, so I could sneak a little bit of that over to me.
Yes.
And then the first thing came out of his mouth was about the community and how we're going to keep on empowering the community and what's new. And then we messed around and had a conversation with him about the women. And then we started talking about the event that he got coming up on this Sunday, which the congressman loves to do events on Sunday. Right after you get out of church, he'll be looking for you as soon as you get out of church to come on out. You can't say you busy because now if you know you got something going on and you ain't got nothing else to do on that time, you got to get to the event. But now he's going to bring it to one of his community alumni churches. And I think your wife's still a member over there, right?
Oh, she is indeed a member there.
Yeah, and so the congressman is going to be doing a women history town hall event at I think it's
Character Centenary.
Yeah,
Yes.
so and that's 1400 on Holman. I think it's 1448.
Yeah.
1448 South Holman.
So really 15th and Holman.
Right on the corner.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
15th and Holman.
So, and that building, of course, has so much history. But you know what we really wanted to do today, a couple of things. We have been talking to some of you all in the community, and of course, particularly as we try to continue to empower these young folks, there has been this air of discontent, if you will, Congressman, that folks have been experiencing in the community. And most of them have been, kind of experiencing some issues, and I say that lightly, because I think they've been overwhelmed personally.
Yes.
I think folks are so overwhelmed now they're about to tear up their TV sets and things of that nature. But they really wanted us to talk to you about the state of the government, the federal government, and they wanted us to talk to you about what you are proposing what are you suggesting that our community, particularly in the district, what can we do outside of, getting frustrated, but making sure that we come together. So we're going to talk about some of those good things, but I want to again thank you for all tuning in. I will be your guest this evening, Walter Jones from Fathers Who Care and the West Side Community Stakeholders. And of course, you see our guest this evening, and so we're going to have a beautiful conversation. But what I'd like to do first is just thank the congressman, and I want you all to join me in thanking the congressman for all the work that he's doing, all the work that he has been doing. I tell you that he needs no introduction for anyone that's in the community, that's laboring in the community. If you don't know the congressman and you ain't been next to him, you ain't been doing the work. Would that be fair, Deborah?
Yes.
That'd be fair. So, but anyway, Congressman, let us talk to you quickly about how you're feeling about the state of affairs right now. And you can take it any way you want it. You can take it from the national level to the state level to the local level. We just got through talking to you just a minute ago, Deborah and I. And of course, I love to sit up under you and listen because I be trying to talk about some things, and you say, "Yeah, wait before the end, though." You know. And I remember when we was back in the day when we was up on the Quins, the old Quins, and with
Oh, my
Lindsay and all of them.
goodness,
And I remember when we had this real serious base of folks working over in Lawndale, when all of us were being groomed by you and by the elders like Gloria and Ernie Jenkins and Lindsay, and we had Robert and Bobby, all of them, Arthur, all of them. So we love you, Congressman, for your compassion. We love you for your stick-to-itiveness, and we continuously praying for you, because we know that God has been extremely good to you, and we want God to continue to give you that strength and the vision, because you ain't lost a beat. You haven't lost a beat, and you're definitely mentally there, 100%. So talk to us, Congressman, and tell us what's on your heart.
Let me tell you how delighted I am to be here sitting between you and Deborah.
Yeah, that's my girl. I like her. I like her.
Well, I think bringing people together for whatever the purposes that are is such a great talent if one can do it. And I think both of you are able to do that in terms of the work that you do. You do a lot of work with young people, and they need it. They need to know that there's somebody who cares.
Yes, sir.
So fathers who care, I mean, there couldn't be a better title. There couldn't be a better arena to work from. And Deborah is just super creative and comes up with these ideas about doing things, but things that matter.
Right,
Yes.
right.
And things that make a difference. Our country right now
Yes, sir.
is going through something it has not gone through this way since any of us have been alive.
Okay.
This period right now is very reminiscent, if you are a historian of any type, of what happened to the country after the end of the Civil War, after the end of slavery, then the period of Reconstruction, where these former slaves who had been brought to this country from Africa against their will and oppressed and suppressed, but given some freedom, and then during this little period called Reconstruction, which was about 20 years, just enormous progress was made.
Yes.
13th, 14th, 15th Amendments in terms of government and laws, but also the establishment of black schools, the establishment of colleges and universities, and all of this stuff was being done by former slaves, people who had been enslaved. We had black folks who was in Congress, black folks in the Senate. There were 2 black United States senators from Mississippi, Hiram Rivers and B.K. Bruce, Blanche Kelso Bruce. These were the 2 elected senators from the state of Mississippi. You had a black governor of Louisiana. He didn't be governor that long, but the way he got to be governor, the governor was impeached. He was the Speaker of the House. He was a state legislator, and he became they were doing good stuff and did a lot of good stuff. And then people said, well, this is too good, that these slaves are making too much progress, especially the slaves are making too much progress. And so they changed it. They had an election in 1876 where nobody got enough votes to be declared president. That threw the election into the House of Representatives. One of the candidates went around and told the Southerners, say, if you elect me, I'm going to give y'all back control of your state.
Okay.
And they did. And he did. And then the Ku Klux Klan got organized. White citizen councils got organized. And laws got passed to take away the freedom that these new slaves had acquired
Okay.
during the Reconstruction period. Well, we had the same thing with Martin Luther King, the move marching, and then we elected Barack Obama, black guy president of the United States for 2 terms, and these same elements saying the same. Oh no, we can't let this go on.
Right.
Now it's a message now. Stay focused. Stay focused. Keep talking.
I got it.
People got the right to choose in terms of reproductive health, and they could decide. Women started moving into positions that women had never, ever been in. And these people said, no, we got to stop this. Along comes Donald Trump. The old song said, "Long came John, slow talking, slow walk," and that's really what this. And the rich have coalesced with each other. Who ever heard of a bunch of billionaires trying to run a democracy?
Right.
Billionaires,
Right.
and they cut. And Trump has fooled people and told them, now he's telling them, so we got too many people working for the government. They ain't really working. They ain't doing nothing. So let's get rid of them. Let's cut. And so they cut in staff. They cut half of the U.S. Department of Education. They said half of these people got to go.
So with that being said, Congressman, I'm glad you opened that door. Now, since all of that is happening, and we know that folks are losing jobs and folks are losing opportunities for advancement, what can we do on your shoulders, if you will? We want to pool our intellectual resources. We want to continue to work together for social change. We want to come on out and make our voices heard. We want to do that. We got to do it. But what do you suggest?
Fight back.
Fight back.
I mean, if somebody is trying to deny you everything that you have worked for and got to, there's only one thing to do. And that's fight back. Now, things are not as bad, and they bad.
And they bad, huh?
Well, I'm saying Trump does not have the kind of mandate that some people think he had. He's just so bodacious. There's only been a 3 or 4 vote difference in the House.
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying, but they still got the majority, if it ain't but one. You win. If it's a 99 to 100, 100 still win. 100 is one more than 99.
Right.
And so in both the House and the Senate, we can be within striking distance of them. We got 2 years to take back the House. We can do that.
Do you think we will?
We can, we will, and we must. It's only 10 votes. It ain't even 10. I'm saying there are places that people didn't vote. There were enough black people who didn't vote in Michigan to have changed the outcome of that election. There were enough black folks in Pennsylvania who did not vote. I'm saying just
So are you referencing that a lot of black folks didn't vote and may have swayed the election? Is that what you're implying?
well, I'm saying there are a lot of all kind of people who didn't vote. Even
got
when
it.
we have an election
Got it.
and somebody say we had a 50% turnout, what happened to the other 50%?
Got it.
or we had a 60% turnout.
Got it.
Well, that means 40% did not vote.
Right.
And so there were all kind of people who do not vote and did not vote. Those individuals, for example, some of them are waking up, like in Republican districts across the country.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been watching that.
And their strategists are saying, don't have a town hall because you ain't gonna like
The
what
turnout,
the people
right?
gonna say.
Right. And I've been watching it, and they haven't been having some nice ones either. It's been really kind of heated.
Well, that means that those individuals, many of them, got fooled by Trump during the campaign.
Okay.
They didn't know that Trump was going to be as vicious. If you only got so much of anything, let's just say if this is all the resource that you got, if you give this much of it to 2 or 3 people, then you ain't got much left for everybody else. And so if you give tax breaks to these billionaires,
Is that what's really happening?
oh, that's exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly. If you don't have to raise money, if you don't have programs, you don't have staff, you don't need as much money to operate.
So are you saying that the reason why a lot of these programs through these various departments that are being cut and possibly
Save money.
okay.
To save money. I'm saying the biggest problems that government is having right now is having the resources with which to operate. Oftentimes we think of programs and all that kind of stuff, but where does it come from? Where I'm fortunate to serve on the Ways and Means Committee. Our primary task is to figure out how do you pay for whatever it is that you're going to do.
No, you're a congressman.
I'm a congressman.
So you're in the House, correct?
I'm in the House.
You guys hold the purse string, if you will, correct?
Well, we hold
the money. You
the
appropriate the money, correct?
originates. Well, the money, how you get the money. You first got to get the money.
Okay.
I'm saying you got to decide where is the money going to come from.
Right. But when you do that, the House is the body that appropriates
that starts
money,
it
right?
and says you can do it.
Okay.
That you can charge Walter Jones 20% of his income for income tax. Or you could charge him
But let's ask a real question.
25%.
With the Medicare and the Medicaid, is that on the chopping block?
But even if you got Medicare and Medicaid, if you ain't got no money to pay for it,
Okay.
it's just some on a piece of paper.
Okay.
I'm saying
Yeah, so you're keeping it real.
you got to have
The money.
to pay for it. And so if you cut Medicare and Medicaid, then you don't have to have as much money.
Got it.
And
Got
so
it. That makes sense.
And you're not going to take care of the people when they get sick
So that's the
because
philosophy
they
for all
can't
the
pay.
departments.
Then they're going to die.
So that's the philosophy then for all the departments, correct?
That's the idea.
Deborah, you got an event coming up. Tell us a little bit about the 100 West Side Women. What is that? And then we want to come back and bring our congressman in and take us up to another level. Talk to us about that event.
Okay. So hello everyone, I'm Deborah Williams Thurman, and I have a
Thurman.
organization called DW Provision Consulting Services, and for the last 6 years we started honoring women from the west side of Chicago. We wanted these women to get a chance to showcase all of the great successes and career advancements they've had, and so we started probably in 2018. And so every year we honor about 20 or 25 women, and to date we have honored over 100 women. And so I had the bright idea last year to bring all 100 women together for an event, and then that was such a great success. We had over a banquet with over 265 people showed up, and everybody was just happy to come together.
But the good thing is that the women that you're bringing together, they all are vested.
Yes.
They all are women that are really committed to the work. You're doing an event on the 12th of April.
Yes.
It's nothing new. I mean, you've been doing it. But it's rather ironic that the work that you've been doing with the women that's on that list have been women that we know. It have been women like we had Ebony, and we got, of course, Danny's Sister Davis. Then we have Kim, Senator Lightfoot, Camille, Representative Camille. I mean, I could not name them all, but that's a list. Show that list right there, right quick. Just show the list, because we ain't going to try to name them all. we ain't going to go out like that. But there's a list of all the women on the West Side who have been doing the good work. And I mean, we would be remiss to try to say, try to name them all, but give them a number if they're interested in being involved, volunteering, or being involved in talking to you about the program and what's going on.
Yes, if you want to get more information, you can go to my website at www.dwprovision.com, or you can call me directly at 708-685-5017. Again, it's April the 12th from 4 to 9. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite, so just call me and I'll give you the link.
But this is really like something that you do just to recognize women who have been laboring.
Yes.
It's not something that you're doing as a job. It's not a job.
No.
It's not one of those things. It has been and it's continuously to be an opportunity for the women who have been working together to come together and network with other women who are working together.
Yes.
So that you all understand that this is not no business venture.
Yes.
This is what we call, and it's going to be, I think the name of this event is Purple and Pearls.
Yes, Purple and Pearls.
Yeah.
100 Shades of Grace, Power, and Strength.
You think I didn't know that, didn't you? You thought I didn't know that, didn't you?
Yes.
So since you're going down that route, let's see if we can bring the Congressman in now and tell us, Congressman, on the 23rd, which is Sunday, your special day, what do you got planned for the women on Sunday?
Well, we have a town hall at the Character Centenary AME Church, which is at 1448 South Holman. And this is honoring women who have lived and worked in the North Lawndale community especially. And there are so many dynamic women who've lived in that area. For example, Kim Novak used to live in North Lawndale, who is a Caucasian woman. But we're honoring primarily black women, people like Mo Fletcher. Ida Mae Mo Fletcher lived in 1907, South Pulaski. She was the greatest grassroots organizer around education that the city of Chicago has ever seen.
And you got this scheduled for Sunday.
That's right. That's this Sunday.
So if somebody's interested in coming to this event, who should they get in touch with?
They should just come to Character Centenary AME Church at 15th and Holman on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
So 3 o'clock Sunday at
no
14.
charges.
Well, it's actually 1500. 1500 at Holman, right on the corner.
That's right. And refreshments are served and food will be there.
And you'll be there.
I'll be there, absolutely. My wife will not be there because she's going to be in Washington doing something else.
Well, what you expect?
Sunday.
What you expect for your wife? I mean, that's just like you. But go ahead, please. I see it in your face.
I think his wife might be. Is she going to be in Washington D.C.? Because she's going to Washington D.C. and she's AKA, and she's a very strong mentor of young people, and she's going to travel to Washington D.C. just to pin a young lady. I think State Rep LaShawn Ford's daughter is going to be going over this year, and she's going to travel. She's going to be traveling to
Congratulations,
DC.
LaShawn, to your daughter who's also joined the real estate field.
Yes, she also pinned my daughter, Janicia, when she went over at Howard University.
Well, we should know that already.
Yes.
I mean, Sister Davis, we call Mother Davis,
Yes.
our distinguished congressman's wife. We know she has a heart for the people and
Yes.
always have a heart for the people, and actively involved with so many endeavors on the west side of Chicago, NAACP West Side, all the activities that the education be doing with the congressman's office. But Congressman, as we start rolling this down, if a person is interested in knowing more about some of the activities that your congressional office is involved in, I mean, because you always got something going on, can we give them the number to the
Oh,
office?
the number is 773-533-7520.
Yeah.
And they can just give a call. We're open every day,
And
sometimes
so again,
even on Sunday.
well, we obviously know that because we know you got an event on this Sunday. And so we know there's always something going on and that you're always trying to do something to empower the people. But Congressman, I've been hearing from folks in our monthly meetings, our coalition meetings, our stakeholders meeting, that folks are really tired. Can you give them some closing comments on what they can do in order to sustain themselves? What can they do?
You gotta do something.
That's right.
Somebody's gotta say something. You gotta be an expert at building power. And the way you do that is to know what's going on, know what's happening, put the right people in place. Let me tell you, we went to Wisconsin 3 times
Yes.
during the election, the last election. We took 2 busloads of people to Wisconsin. People went over and knocked on doors. People like Pam Morris out
Yes.
knocking on doors because we were trying to help Wisconsin be in the blue lane. Didn't happen, but it wasn't because we weren't trying.
So you gave us some encouraging words, and so we want to tell you all. We know time moves so fast, but we want to thank you, Congressman, again. Thank you, Deborah, for the work that you're doing. We're going to continue, the Congressman, to stand on your shoulders. We're going to continue to do the work. Some of us are seasoned because of your leadership. We thank you for being our senior alderman, our statesman, but we want to thank you for also providing the leadership and support that you have given us over these many, many years. I mean, we are still doing the work because we stand on your shoulders. Sometimes we get a little tired, though, and we take a little break. But we are standing on your shoulders because we know if we put ourselves even in the category of you, we have no time to rest. We got to keep it moving. So listen, we want to thank you all for tuning in. And again, the Congressman gave you his phone number. The number is 773-533-7520. Deborah, give them your number one more time if they want to be involved.
708-685-5017.
And remember, we got an event on the 23rd at 1500 West Holman, and we got another one on the 12th. On the 14th, forget the 12th, April the 12th. And Deborah going to give you that information again as you continue to talk to her. We'll be back next week, same time, same station. Listen, we love you. God loves you. Listen, keep on hanging in there. Stay strong, and we'll see you soon. Good night, and thank you so very much.